from the Cajun capital of the world.
I'm the average Lafayette, Louisiana kid.
See, I'm back on my...
Hey, fellas. Hey, Rage Review said, congratulations. Say what's up, y'all. Yeah!
People that have courage don't have no extra gene and no difference in you. The difference is, are you going to sit down when it's time to stand up?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another edition of Ragin' Review. We've got some folks here. Jerry, we've got Lane, we've got Cole. I think Josh will be joining us in a moment. I think Jerry had to step away, boys. So first of all, got to say the special watch party we had was freaking amazing. We got to say what we had to say. It was pretty awesome. Hold on. I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to get the Twitter space going here. There we go. All right. So we got the Twitter space going here. A lot going on tonight. That wasn't great. I don't even know what to say anymore, guys. I'll turn it over to you, Cole, first. Again, like I said during our special live broadcast, this is what we do. This is what we do. Why are we shocked? I don't know, Cole. You tell me. Why am I shocked?
Well, to be fair, I was the only member on this panel that picked us to lose tonight. You were. And even with saying that, this was a ball game that we should have won, which I feel like we've said a good bit this season. My username says it all. I could have came in here tonight salty as hell. For those of you who tuned into the live stream, it was maybe a groundbreaking event for Ragin' Review. Might be something that we implement going forward across multiple sports. I really had a good time, drinking and cutting it up with you guys and the Ragin' Review degenerates. But bottom line, thank you, seniors. There's a lot of people on the field tonight that played their final down of football. Probably will not play another snap ever in their life. And, a lot of us in this, me and Josh for sure, we played ball. We know what that feels like, even at any level. It sucks, knowing that you played your last down of ball. So I want to make sure I say thank you to the seniors that poured it out tonight. Defensively played very well outside of about 2 or 3 busted plays. And I'll let Josh talk about the defense in a little bit. I was very pleased at how we, defended the pass, how we defended against a quarterback that was top 5 in the country in passing yards. If you would have told me before the game that we would have held Delaware to 20 points total, I would have said, man, the Cajuns are going to score 30, 35, probably beat them by 2 scores. That just wasn't the case. Really, Lunch got injured early, brought Walker in for a really ugly drive, really had no rhythm in the passing game. Went back to an injured Lunch because, and listen, we talked about it a lot, and I don't want to sound like I'm hating because the season's over, but we do have to talk about it. When an injured Lunch Winfield, who was the number 3 quarterback coming into the season, is better than a clear-cut, healthy QB1, who missed the boat on that? Right? Like, we're in a bowl game. We're in a bowl game, and you're relying on a heavily injured Lunch Winfield, who was at the end of the ball game before the final play of the game was hugging the trainer, basically looking for some reassurance and some love. And by the way, Lunch, if you're listening, we love you, dog. You're the whole reason we were in a bowl game. You're the whole reason we were 6-6. We love you. You gave everything you had. But who missed the boat on a third-string quarterback with about 20% left in the tank, being better than the day one QB1, healthy, rested, and on the sideline, who cannot complete a simple 5 to 10 yard pass, right? So, bottom line, the Cajuns had the opportunities to win this game. It was very early on, but I mentioned it. Tony Sterner missing that early field goal kind of set the tone in a way. The Cajuns doing a really poor job on that 4th and very short where they could have handed the ball off or dove forward for a 1st and goal and decided to just do a play fake and instead lunge through an interception in the end zone. Those are the kind of things that change a ball game. And at the time, we were thinking that we were going to overcome them, but it was just not to be. But guys, bottom line for us, I think for Agent Review, we may have turned a page. This watch party was excellent. I really enjoyed watching the game with y'all, drinking with y'all, Bam on the side of me. Really had a good time tonight. But no, I'm going to open the floor to you guys, and obviously we want to hear from the fans in the spaces. Overall, 6-7 is not where we want to be. It's another losing season, the 3rd losing season in the last 4 years. The only Mike Desimo win that we have in this program is Billy Napier's year where he left for Florida. So I don't really care how the administration is going to spin it, because that's all they know how to do is spin it. I mean, you could spin it all day long. 8 straight bowl appearances. Well, you only won 3 of them, and that's including the Billy years.
You can't talk about that, Cole. You're negative. Hurting the
Yeah.
brand. You're hurting the brand. Not the $50 million deficit doesn't hurt the brand. You're hurting the brand by mentioning it.
Nick, you drive the show. We're 3-5 in the last 8 bowl games, and the 8 bowl games that we made were 3-5. And then the last 4 years since Des has been a coach, we have had a losing season outside of Ben Wooldridge, who Josh has said 100,000 times has been an unsung hero of this program, who did not get enough love when he was here. But bottom line, thank you, seniors. Really wish we could have came out with the win. Really wish we could have connected with Caden on that last touchdown attempt, because I would love to say, the ambassador tied the game. It was just not to be. I'm going to open up the floor back to you, Nick.
Yeah, before I go to you, Jerry, I want to talk about Crisco. By the way, dude, you're a cool guy. I like you. Here's the problem, bro. We should have never been in the position to almost come back to a team that is making its first FBS bowl game in history. Should not happen. We shouldn't have been in the position. We had opportunities in that game we did not take advantage of. And, you're talking about one of the worst defenses in all of FBS, and we scored. How many points did we score against them? I don't want to know.
13.
Against one of the worst defenses in college football. But we almost came back. I get it, bro. I appreciate your enthusiasm. We were a top 25 fucking team 4 years ago. Twice. We ended the year twice in the CFP top 25, and now we are losing games to FCS teams. Not our first time we're doing that. Second time we're doing that. 3-5 in the last 8, but we made 8 bowl games. We're supposed to stand up and clap for that. Jerry, I'll let you go next.
Yeah, 3-5 in the last for our 8 straight bowls. It's so hard to do. We're comparing us to the likes of Ohio State, Alabama, and Georgia, all 3 of which are playing in the college football playoff, and all 3 that have won national titles recently. We're apparently in that fraternity, but last 3 out of 4 years losing season. Last 2 out of 3 years, a bowl loss to an FCS call-up, a team that was playing in FCS the year before. Second time in 3 years. There's nothing to spin. I love the fact that, these players didn't quit after the 2-6 start. I'll tip my hat off to them, but you got to finish tonight. This game, in my opinion, summed up the entire season, just up and down, inconsistent, sloppy. Half the time it didn't even look like they wanted to be there. Delaware looked like they came out with a lot more energy than we looked. And just blown opportunities. And again, it's the same song and dance. And this year we opened up this this $65 million stadium. We did all these things, and yet we still produced the same result, 6-7. another losing season. How much longer can we take this? How much longer can this go on after the foundation was set from 2019 to 2021? 2019 was our first ever season where we had a double-digit win season. You follow that up with another 10-1 season, or 10-2 or 10-1 season in 2020. You finished ranked in the top 15, first time in school history. And then in 2021, you follow that up with your first outright conference title in over 50 years with another top 25 finish, with another double-digit win season. And in the last 4 years, we've had 3 losing seasons. It's a bad competition. Josh, you made that point in the last episode. You look at our schedule, it's not that great. And we're 6-7 again. You lost to an FCS call-up this year, tonight, again. It's a shame when the highlight of the last year and just all of Cajun sports is a 4-game win streak after a 2-6 start. Baseball had a losing season. Softball, first time not making a regional in 3 decades. Basketball is off to the worst start. I don't know what the hell happened with them or what's going on with them. But when the highlight of our whole entire athletic year is a 4-game win streak after a 2-6 start, that's a problem. Anyway, rant over.
Yeah, Jerry, I want to emphasize this is not a hit on the players. Lunch.
No.
Lunch.
Absolutely
but
not.
We got to say it because I know some people are going to spin this and they're just.
Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Don't you dare.
Look, what Lunch did tonight, I said it in the live stream. We're treating him like RG3. The guy didn't need to be out there. I don't care if he wants to be out there. I don't care if we put Walker Howard, Daniel Beal, QB4. I don't care who we put in. He did not need to be in that game. It is a bowl game. And look, I'm pissed off we lost it because this is the same song and dance that we've had over the past 8 years. But hey, if we go 6-6 next year, we got to be excited because it's 9 in a row. I don't give a shit about that. I want to win games, and I want guys in this. I don't want to put guys in the position to ruin their entire. Let's be honest. We know NIL is a thing. We know that guys are getting offers from big programs. We know all this stuff. And I don't want to lose a single player to NIL, but you know what I also don't want to happen? Them get freaking injured because we decide to put them in an immediately freaking bowl game and risk their health to win against freaking Delaware. I don't care if it's Delaware or Alabama. We shouldn't be risking kids' health. Lunch shouldn't have been in the game, guys. And if Walker would have gone 3 and out 5 times in a row, then so be it. And I'd still be pissed, but you know what? I wouldn't be pissed that you risk a kid's health for that shit. Because we lost a game and Lunch is not healthy. That's what pisses me off. And by the way, you didn't put him really in a position to win because some of the play calling was atrocious. But I'll go to you, Josh. But we got to be happy with 8 wins, right? 8 bowl games. We got to be happy with 8 bowl games. How dare we question anything?
Go ahead, Jared.
I wanted to add something before you went because it actually goes into what you're about to say. Apparently in the post-game press conference or the post-game interview, Dez said that this was probably one of the seasons he was the most proudest about because of the finish.
Congratulations. We're 6-7 again for the 3rd time in 4 fucking seasons. But yeah, I'm proud of you, bro.
Boys.
Good job.
Josh, I'm not taking it away from you, but the theme of it is going to be, well, we overcame all these injuries. Well, we've talked about it all year long. The offensive line injuries really had no impact on the run game. We were able to effectively run the ball throughout the entirety of the conference, right? And, Walker getting injured led to Lunch coming in and being Lunch. If Walker never gets injured, I don't think we're even a 500 team this year. I don't think we make a bowl because I don't know if we would ever have moved on from Walker Howard and what we saw for Rice. But what I'm saying is that's going to be the theme of the offseason. Well, we went 6-7, but we made a bowl game with all the injuries that we had. Well, your injuries were on the offensive line and you were still a top 30 to 40 rushing offense in the country. So I'm not trying to hear any of that bullshit. I'm really not. I'm not. Because you had a golden opportunity tonight to change the narrative of 6-7, 6-7, 6-7 and turn the page, and you didn't do it against a team that was making their first ever bowl appearance in the FBS, which is the second loss for sure in the last couple of years against a team making their first ever appearance.
We're good on that, bro. If you want to get a win for your first something, we got you.
But I just wanted to say, I will not sit here and let the injury bug be the excuse of this offseason. I'm calling bullshit because we were more than capable of winning this game to get over the hump and be over 500. So I'm not trying to hear any of that. Josh, please take it away.
Well, the point about the injuries, we're not the only team in the country that are dealing with injuries. I know Delaware had quite a few injuries that they dealt with, and that's happened to many of the teams that we played with or played against, this year. I know we have injuries. We overcome injuries on most seasons. I mean, when have we had one of those injury-free seasons where we didn't have a cluster injury situation at some position? It's been a long time. Well, it's been since about 2021, if I'm being honest. Anyway, the point about Lunch being hurt and not being in the game, I see it a little bit differently. It's the bowl game. He's the offensive leader. In many regards, he's the reason why you're even in a bowl game. I mean, you take him off the bench and the guy makes magic. I don't think he's going to be allowed to pull himself off the field. If he thinks he can play, you got to kind of trust your guy at some point. So I kind of see it that way. And also, what are you going to do? Put Walker in there? Look, let's just be honest. This whole Walker thing, the injury plays into it, but I've been very consistent on this. It just didn't work. It just didn't work out. For whatever reason, when he's on the field, the offense is not cohesive. The play calls coming in and out of the huddle, it's awkward. The reads feel forced. I don't know what's going on with that whole dynamic, but no matter how you look at it, even if, and I'm not saying this is what the case is, but I'm saying even if with Lunch more of a 1-2 read type of situation, because he does have some inefficiencies in the offense and reading, the entire route tree, whatever happened in the middle of the season, it started to work. So, and you saw it in the bowl game. They bring in Walker. It's a bad series. It just doesn't look right. Something looks off. One way or the other, I think that Lunch should have been on the field when he was. So that's my take on that. As far as I think the first person that asked me a question was about defense. I thought the defense that we put on the field tonight played their ass off. I think that, you got to give credit to Delaware coaching staff for making some tweaks, attacking the perimeter, figuring out that you can run the ball in the interior of this defense. I don't know what they were trying to do in the first half, but they really stretched we were a lot of times we were playing 3 safeties on the field, 6 defensive backs at times. They finally started to get out on the perimeter. Their guys were making some catches and plays on the ball. And another thing is we kind of started to play a little bit off their receivers in the second half, which is a little mind-boggling. But you have to talk about that. I thought from our perspective, offensively, going against their defense, it was just another night where the offensive sideline just didn't do a good job. I'm sorry. I mean, we talked about it if you watched it on the live stream with us. On many occasions where it's just head-scratching, some of these rollouts, eliminating half the field with Lunch and giving 2 options, one on the flat, one on a deep out. Like, in critical situations, we're shrinking the field. I've been complaining about this all year. I don't understand it. Right side of the offensive line just didn't show up for 3/4 of this game. I'll give them credit. They played, like, the end of the third quarter and into the beginning of the fourth quarter. I'll give them credit. The right side played better. And I know we had the young guy on the end, Bentley, playing. I think it was his first start tonight. And I got all that. But again, I'm going back to what we said about, injuries can't always be the excuse. We just didn't play well across the board. Somebody said it wasn't on the players. I kind of feel like it was kind of on the players. The offensive coaching staff didn't help them out. I think the star of tonight was Salgado and his defensive staff. I thought they did the best thing on the field. And then with all that, you had a couple drops. You had a couple of misreads by the quarterback. I thought Lunch's inefficiencies in the intermediate passing game really showed up tonight. Thought he missed some receivers. Thought he missed some guys that were open. Perfect example is on the interception. He tried to force it to Caden. And look, if you have a security blanket, I totally understand that. But Brock Chappell's wide open at the pylon. You got to give him the football. Brock Chappell's one of the most underutilized weapons we have on this offense. I've been saying that all season. He had one game where he popped. I think he had 5 or 6 catches. But outside of that, try to use it as a blocking tight end. And I'm not saying he can't, but I think his biggest advantage is the mismatch. I didn't see enough of that, not tonight, not all season. And then top it up with turnovers, guys. I mean, you can't throw a ball to the other team in the red zone. You can't drop a punt. You can't miss a field goal. Again, the reason why I wrote "We are who we are" tonight is because tonight it was just a repeat of who we've been all season. And to be quite honest, 3 of the 4 seasons under this coaching staff. I truly do believe Ben Woldridge was a culture changer. I truly believe that he was an adult, a CEO type guy on the field, an extra coach on the field. And I think the guys treated the game and the game plan, the offensive game plan, the way that he treated it, which was extremely serious. I'm not saying that Walker doesn't have that. I'm not saying that Lunch doesn't have that. What I am saying is that Ben Woldridge had a little bit more of it. There was something extra about him that the guys, they felt like they had to be a grown-up around him for. And I'm just telling you, I got that from players. That's not me just making it up. The other 3 seasons that Ben Woldridge wasn't our starting quarterback for the majority of the season, we're 6-7 under Dez. We're 6-7. And I'm going to give him a pass in year 1 because, yes, there was a mass exodus and we had to rebuild the program. I still think that's his finest moment as a coach here because he had to deal with a lot. But when you're in year 4 and you come in with all the expectation and you come in with a highly touted and highly compensated quarterback, and you have weapons on the outside, and you got them in the transfer portal, and you've got a DC in year 2 that are recruiting his guys after you move on for Lamar, and you put that on the field, I can name 5 guys that completely and totally underachieved this year. I don't know if that's a development problem. I don't know if that's a leadership problem. I've been told both. The fact of the matter is their whole stupid narrative about making 8 bowl games in a row, it's still stupid. But it's even more stupid now because you're going to talk to me about making 8 bowl games in a row, and the coach that you just extended is now 3 of his last 4 years are losing seasons. Losing seasons. I don't care who you lost to. I don't care that you lost to TCU, Houston, and now Delaware. Well, no, in those 3 losing seasons I'm talking about, I know we did lose to Jacksonville State in the New Orleans Bowl, and then we lost to who did we lose to? What was that? That was the Houston Bowl. When we went to Independence, we lost to Houston in that game. And we were competitive in the game. But point is that we've now lost 4 bowls in a row. We have lost bowl games to to have a losing season is the point I was trying to make. I don't want to hear the narrative about, 8 straight bowls, we're like Ohio State. Well, as absurd as that tweet was, it's even more absurd. I'll read that in a minute. It's even more absurd that we are amplifying that from official account, from the football official account, from the radio guy's account, from Brian Maggard's account. They're talking about it. And look, I get it. It's not for us. It's recruiting and it's marketing the program. Understand that. But you look really stupid marketing the program by saying you've had 8 successful seasons is essentially what they're trying to insinuate. And then you realize that we've gone 3-5 in those 8, and 3 of those seasons ended in losing seasons. 6-6 should never be celebrated. I know that we overcame a lot. It should never be celebrated. I'm sorry. You can congratulate a great effort. You can congratulate, overcoming some odds to get back to a salvageable season, but you can't end it like this. You just can't. You destroy that stupid narrative you tried to build up. So from on the field tonight, it wasn't good enough. I thought we played an inferior team like we have many times this season and didn't play well enough to win. Who's Winston Parks talking about Caden had 3 drops?
He is a nobody that I've never heard of in my life and has 90 followers and think he's owning us by saying the leading receiver on the night can't catch a ball. Okay.
Who's Cade?
First of all,
he can't spell either because he must be from Delaware. But
let me also say this. I see you guys in the space. I'm going to get you on in a minute. I just wanted to do the whole overview thing. The leading receiver is the tight end. He had a good game. I don't know what the problem is. He did not drop the ball in the end zone. The ball is not on time. By the time he got his head around, it was hitting his right hand, and I think he also hit the linebacker that was trying to cover. So just stop, dude. Delaware doesn't know ball. Don't talk to me. I know we suck, but at least we know we're watching. But it wasn't good enough on the field.
You might want to restart your PC after this because it's you're a little bit you're breaking up on us.
Well, that would have been great to know like 5-10 minutes into this rant.
I didn't want. No, we heard you. I just for future purposes, we're good.
Right. Anyway, we are who we are. We played the way I expected us to play. I thought that we would wear down this smaller less physical Delaware team, and it just never happened. It just never happened. We never were able to capitalize on the momentum the small amount of times that we captured momentum, we were never able to roll that into, keeping the ball, owning the clock. I know we won the time of possession. There's no way we didn't. But I think in the second half, Delaware actually closed the gap a lot smaller than it should have been. And they did it with the short passing game, which is amazing. And to be fair, they found some success in the interior on the run game. So, you got to give them credit for making the adjustments that worked. And I still think our defense played very well. I think they played well enough to win the game. If you take Jalen Clark falling totally asleep on the over route, they wouldn't have scored more than 13 points. That was one of the dumbest plays in the entire game. Jalen Clark is in a 3-safety set. They're basically playing a quarters defense on a third down. Third and long, he watches the opposite direction receiver run in front of him, and then he watches the guy that he has the responsibility run right past him. It's just a microcosm of the entire game. So that's my rant. And if you guys want to get into stats, that's fine. He knew what he did. He knew what he did, and that's why he didn't start tonight. Probably, I don't know all the ins and outs about why he didn't start, but when Bates was on the field, that didn't happen. So a lot to not be happy about tonight. And if y'all want to talk about stats or whatever, but I got some people that have requested. So
I say we go with them. You want to get going with them, Cole?
No doubt. I mean, we've done enough talking this season. We've talked all season long, and we 6-7.
I'm over it, man. Yeah, I'm over it.
Bring him in. Let's go.
Yeah, let's talk.
All right, Ryan, if you can get through, man, I got you requested, and you're good.
Yeah, y'all got me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I don't even know where to start. I guess what I could say kind of compounds with y'all. It's the microcosm of the whole season, but not just the whole season, just the whole Desert Moe area, right? So we're celebrating 8 straight bowls, but if you really think about it, the years other than last year, we had to win the 12th game to get to 6-6. 15, 20 years ago, whatever it was, whenever we used to have 11 games, regular season games, 5 and 6, he don't make it to a bowl game. So the whole thing about celebrating the whole 8 straight bowl, everything started and was built underneath HUD. And even though he kind of tore it down a little bit, Billy built it back up. And everything since then has just been, it's been bullshit. It's just been smoke and mirrors.
I mean, I agree with that. And the point about celebrating the bowl streak, okay, that's so ridiculous. I mean, I'm not going to continue to have to pound on it, but it sets you up for a failure when you lose the game and now you're having a losing season. But they already have the built-in excuse, injured, overcame a lot, played hard, loved the team. Like, that's all great and fine. But the reason why we attract the kind of I'm okay with mediocrity fan that we attract is because this is the propaganda that they sell you. This is the propaganda that we've accepted. And
there's 135 other fucking FBS teams.
Yes.
And 85 or 80, whatever, they make the postseason, if you even want to call it that, every year. We all have the same issues, every single one.
But
we all have to deal with the transfer portal. We all have to deal with injuries. We all have to deal with coaching changes and moving on. But we're the only ones that seem content with dealing with the same bullshit that we have dealt with for the last 4 fucking years.
But Rhino, we're supposed to believe we made the top 25 in the CFP 2 years in a row, and this is acceptable. And you shut up, you don't ask questions, and you listen to what I'm telling you. I was told, dude, by somebody in the administration, I said, well, sometimes we talk about, whether or not it's time for coaches to move on. I was told that was none of my business. As a fan, none of my business what decisions are made behind the scenes. But give me your money.
No,
But by the way, telling me well, you didn't buy tickets, so you can't talk. You didn't buy season tickets, so you can't talk about attendance. I bought season tickets. Can I talk about it now? Oh,
First of all,
I can't. I'm still not supposed to, bro.
First of all, we shouldn't be insulting anybody in our fan base.
This is what we do.
We can't fill our facilities. Our attendance has been atrocious over the last couple of years based on the records we've had in all sports. We shouldn't be talking down to anybody out in the community or prospective fan. So to your point, it's
Jerry,
true. I mean,
Jerry, do you know what 8 straight bowl games and talking down to our fan base got us this year in Mobile?
No
Selling
fans.
200 tickets.
240 tickets. 240 tickets.
That's right.
240 tickets. So tell me how going to 8 straight bowl games is supposed to be some kind of fucking orgasmic experience in Lafayette, Louisiana.
But look, I'm happy for the players.
That's the
I think
point.
it's great
That's
for
exactly
the players.
the point.
Like I'm happy they got to get this game in, extra practices. I get it. But don't talk down to me like I'm a fucking idiot and don't see what's in front of my face, which is since Coach Desormeaux has been the coach of this program, without Billy Napier's players, we have not won a bowl game. But you're going to tell me, don't believe that. Don't believe what you're seeing. Believe what I'm telling you. And then we're the bad guy from calling it out because God forbid they have to do work and actually do something about it.
It's not that we've lost these bowl games. Like the other team didn't beat us. We have literally given all these games, the Houston game, the Jacksonville State game. I mean, I throw TCU out the window last year. We just got completely fucking manhandled. But this year again, like we give this shit away. And the only thing the common denominator in those 3 bowl games is that we have one person that is in charge of the team whenever we lose these games. The timeout, whenever we have it's whatever it was before the 2-minute timeout.
Thank you for reminding me of that. That was just regular old Dez clock management, dude.
We called the timeout, and then I'm not saying he didn't have a good play called up, but we don't even know because the center smashed the ball at Lunch's feet. So, but like, why are we even calling a timeout right there?
Totally wasted a timeout. Would have completely changed the end of that game.
So but think about this. If we don't call a timeout, we keep one in the pocket because we got one for the 2-minute timeout. Whenever Lunch runs up the field and he gets tackled in the middle of the field, we got to hurry up and rush to get back to the line of scrimmage to spike it at 6 seconds. If he's running up the field at the middle, there's 13 seconds left. At least we could call a timeout. We got a timeout left.
And then you get 2 more plays.
2 more plays.
That's right.
We got 2 more plays. So you go back to his first season, there's specifically 2 games that stick out to me. South Alabama and Troy completely ruined our chances of winning that game. Another one, the first game against ULM, first conference game. I don't even want to talk about race the first year. There's specific instances where he takes us out positions to win or to even succeed. He's the common denominator. And look, man, I have nothing against him as a person. I think he's a great human being. I appreciate everything that he's done as far as like sweating on the field, whether it was as a player or as a coach. But sometimes you just got to call a spade a spade. The dude, he's not a good head football coach at the FBS level. He did not deserve to get the head coaching job of a team coming off 2 straight top 25 seasons. And the point is, whenever it comes to that, is that nobody was banging on our door to get Michael Desormeaux to go be not even just the head coach, but the offensive coordinator or even the tight ends coach. Billy Napier didn't want him. Like that. And you know what? I guess to top it all off I would not be mad if he was gone. Maggard needs to go. Everybody that's associated with the athletics department right now, nobody seems to understand what needs to happen in order to succeed. Everybody needs to go.
But here's the thing. I'm not saying, okay, so going back to the Dez thing, like, I agree with you. I like Dez. I love Dez. And I'll admit, I was not sold on him as a head coach, but I was behind him and like, all right, until he shows me otherwise, I'm going to back him up. But as a play caller, like, at some point you have to look yourself in the mirror and saying, this ain't it, brother. Like, and Tim Leger is the offensive coordinator. Tim ain't calling the plays. This is Dez calling the plays. And it's the same thing in 4 years in a row. And here we are. And he's got, like, the record we have after, as you said, two seasons in the top 25. This ain't it. This ain't it. This was, in my opinion, I don't want to say it, Josh. I'm just move on. I'm gonna.
That's fine. I got Terry queued up. Terry, give me 1 second. I just want to kind of piggyback off of what Ryan said. We've spent 8 years coming on here saying how much we love the players and we want best for the players, and I'm glad they get to go play video games and Top Golf and bowl and do buddy baseball and play in a bowl game. I think it's wonderful. I think it's great for their growth. I mean, they're young guys. It's awesome for leadership skills and all that stuff. So what I'm about to say has nothing to do with any of that. But I'm kind of sick of talking about how great it is for the guys. How about me? How about me? Every single person probably in the space, on Rage and Review, in the comments, whatever, y'all have probably given thousands upon thousands of dollars that you probably didn't have extra, but you did it anyway, and you did it because it hurt, but you love the program and you want to support. I used to walk around this place saying, I want to be in the top 25, and people would laugh at me. And then Mark Hudspeth got here, and he made some people believe. And then when Mark Hudspeth left, we hired Billy Napier, and Billy Napier actually got it. He got it done. We were in the CFP poll. He showed these people, he showed us what we could be. He showed us that we could really be a player in G5 athletics, on football, the gridiron especially. And then he leaves, and then we do this. And I thought, surely we have groomed a generation of fans that will not sit back and think 6-6 is an accomplishment. But here we are again, and we got the same propagandists in the same spots, the radio guy at the top of mind, and we got the same administrators pulling the same shenanigans, trying to tell you how great everything is, when we can all see. We're 4 years into this thing. This is not a knee-jerk reaction after year 1 or 2. We're 4 years into this thing, and we got league members firing staff members for going 6-6. Yet we're writing soliloquies on Twitter about making bowl games, and we're like Ohio State. What a bunch of bullshit. I, as a fan, deserve better for supporting this program. All of you deserve better as fans and as donors and as investors and as NIL givers and all the different things that you give your money to and you spend your time doing on Saturdays in the fall. We deserve better as fans than being told that 6-6 is good enough and we need to sound and shut up. I'm sorry. Like, I'm glad the players got to play in a bowl game. Amazing. I'm glad that we have a good guy as a head coach. Dez is a nice guy. Great, awesome. What I don't like is it being shoved down our throats. We should be happy with this, that this is fine. Being 6-6 is fine. Damn the fact that we've been kicked off of our perch that we were on under Billy, and now we should be happy with just going 6-6. I don't care about a budget crisis. You caused that. I didn't as a fan. I don't care about going 6-6. I showed up to the tailgate. I bought my tickets. I was in the stadium. I don't care about that. That doesn't affect me. I pay and invest my money so that you can put a winner on the field. And I'm not talking about beating Jacksonville State and Troy on Saturdays. I'm talking about going and being in the top 25, getting through the college football playoff like Tulane just did, okay? A team that we dominated, a team that we used to outnumber 4-1 in their own building. And now they're going to the college football playoff and winning cotton bowls. But I'm supposed to say, oh, hooray, we got to 6-6 and I should be happy with that? Hell no. Who would give to that? That's the kind of fan that we're going after now. People that are just happy to be there on Saturdays. I'm never going to be all right with that. And I just had to say that because I'm glad that the players got to have fun. But now all the rest of Cajun Nation and the fans that put all of their blood, sweat, and tears and a lot of times money into supporting this program, it's shrinking very badly. And we deserve better than this. And it's never going to get better as long as they run this shit the way they've been running it. Terry Johnson, it's all yours.
Before you go, I just want to ask you a question. So what do we have to do now that we have a $25 million deficit and we've overspent by $12 million? What do we have to do now? We have to go in the community and ask them for money, right?
Well, we've been telling them to do that for a decade. We've been coming on the show 8 years telling them that every week.
So
look,
they didn't do it when we were top 25 CFP. They're doing it now when we are 6-7 and we just absolutely shit the bed on national television. And now we're going to go ask the common fan who's not even a fan anymore because you abandoned them.
We've been insulted. You insulted.
Yeah, you insulted them and told them we don't want your money. We want big donors. So now they're going to have to go in the community and say we need your money. Oh, here's a 6-7 shit cake we're delivering you.
Oh, and we're in debt. By the way, we're also in debt.
And don't talk to me about the fact that we had 250 fans at the game. We sold that many tickets, probably less fans, fewer fans. I used to go to I used to go to Friday night games in Mobile to watch us play the South Al Jags in baseball. And we would bring 600-700 people. Don't talk to me about the fact that it's a midweek game. It's also, it's a football game. It's a bowl game. There was nobody there. They had festivities and stuff. We got a decent amount of alumni in New Orleans, Mobile. We got some people in the Panhandle of Florida. There was nobody there. It's embarrassing. So you can spare me that. They have chased away the core base that HUD, well, some of Bustle, a lot of HUD, mostly HUD, and some in Napier have built. They pissed it down the drain. They put us totally in debt. We have never been worse off as an athletic program than we are at this moment across all sports, financially, from a success standpoint. And if you project ahead, it looks pretty freaking bleak. So, yeah, don't tell me. I don't want to hear about the damn excuses. And now you're going to come with your hat out begging me for money? I'm sorry, dude. The time was 4 years ago, not when you've totally botched everything we try to do as an athletics department. All right, Terry, I'm sorry I talked over you.
What's up, y'all?
What's up, dude?
Oh, man, I love this therapy session. Yeah, man, I feel for the seniors, and it sucks for them losing your last game. And I think Jordan Lawson played his ass off, man. The best game he's had.
Thank you for bringing him up. He played awesome tonight.
He played amazing.
And I was hard on him this year because I didn't think he stopped the run.
Yeah. Tyree Skipper played his ass off. I mean, even Cam Whitfield got a sack in the opening series. I mean, it sucks for them. I hate to see them go out there like that. Because, there are definitely some plays. We had drops. We had busted coverages here and there. There are plays they should have made. But your coach just didn't put you in the right position. On that fourth down and goal, or whatever, 1 yard to go, you throw that ball. Now, good play call. He had a guy open. But still, why are we doing it? It's just it's been the same frustrating thing all year. Lunch is a warrior. I'll be honest with you. I would not be mad at any player, especially the great players, to transfer at the end of this.
I honestly don't want Lunch to be here next year because we're putting him in a position to injure himself for the rest of his life after what I saw tonight. Honestly. And look, I don't care if we would have lost this bowl game and put Daniel Beal or freaking Walker Howard in, I would feel better about it than leaving Lunch out there and we RG3 his ass like Mike Nolan did in fucking Washington. Like, I would be more okay with that than what I saw tonight.
Yeah. Well, for me, it was the play calls for Lunch, the running plays when he's already hurt that I hated. But like I said, Lunch gives a start to this team that Beal and Walker Howard just can't bring. And that's nothing against those two. Lunch is just bringing us up. That's the same way I felt about Ben when it was him or Chandler. Now, Ben is just a leader. And I don't see the same spark of leadership that Chandler brings. And I love Chandler. I think we wouldn't have won a lot of games without Chandler either last year, too, after Ben got hurt. It's just that's just the fact of the matter. Lunch just brings a certain level. And I'm not mad that he was still playing. I'm mad that we're still calling quarterback hours with him in the game. He's not a great pocket passer, but when you have your best player, you want your best player in the game, you get the parts of your offense. And, look, if you're Jay Walker or any administrator out there and you're pumping up 8 straight bowl games, whatever, man. Good whoop-de-doo. I mean, I want to be in the top 25. I want to be where Tulane is. And it sucks that, like, I have to look at these guys. And their fan base is a really nice fan base. Like, it's not like La Tech. If it was Tech, like, it would be pretty even worse. But their fan base is really nice. I just hate that they're going to CFP. I don't know if y'all saw, they raised, like, a $1.5 million in less than a month after they got, to the CFP. And, and after it was announced. And, we couldn't raise diddly shit when we were in the top 25, and no one gave a damn. I mean, Brian Mager himself said CFP is our goal, and if the CFP is our goal, and I understand we're in a deficit, what are you put Dez's foot fire and say, hey, you need to make this administrative decision. Either hire an OC, I can find some. I don't even care. Hire a JUCO guy, an FCS guy, a high school guy. Hell, we all heard that Dez was a great high school head coach, and he didn't need any more, grooming or any more experience to be the head coach of the UL. So, hey, use your high school, branches out there and go get a high school OC. I don't care. Improve the staff somehow. Get somebody else on the staff if you can. You fiddle away the budget every which way you could. You can fiddle away the budget somewhere to find some coaching decisions, just like Coastal Carolina and Georgia Southern had, right? Or if it was all that, CFP talk, just a bunch of bullshit. Or is that what it was, Matt? Was it just a bunch of BS? Was it? Or you just want to talk all that shit and you don't really want to back it up, do you? You're just going to keep.
Good question.
We're just going to keep Rick Stocks doing this like Middle Tennessee, and nothing against Middle Tennessee. I like their program. I like the group of 5 guys. They're Middle Tennessee grads, but having Rick Stocks still there for like 20 years kind of put them in a hole. And I'll be honest with you, at this point, and I know a lot of y'all kind of felt this way too when it happened. We hired Dez. We're like, oh yeah, we got this coach, the recruiting. We didn't really know how the transfer and NIL was going to shake up at that point. After there's the players, it's like, hey, like, we're going to have this coach for all these years, and we're going to continue to be like top 25 teams and conference champions. And we're not going to get anywhere close to that. I would much rather be a stepping stone like Tulane or North Texas or James Madison and get a Summerall or, Bob Chesney in here. And we hire a guy like that every couple of years, and we continue to raise money if we use it the right way. And we, try to get the fan base of the winning we do. I would much rather be a stepping stone than what we are. Because either way, we have this coach, and we don't know when we're going to get rid of him, and our players are still going to leave, or we get a guy in here that's going to actually recruit and develop and wants to use it as a stepping stone, and he's going to bring in good players and good coaches, and we can just re-up on it. But no, we're stuck in neutral.
We're stuck in neutral because we have no money, bro. We're going to have to buy Dez out and then hire another guy.
Yep.
Well, here's the part of the problem. Here's part of the problem, Terry. You already have a sample size the first 2 years when you go 6 and 7. Then you follow it up with a 10-4 record. And what do we do? We play. Was somebody I talked to recently? We talked about this. He plays Santa Claus. We play Santa Claus and give the man an extension for one good season. One good season.
And nobody is breaking the door down to hire him. No offense to Dez. Yeah. But there is literally no one in the country calling Dez saying, hey, want to come coach for us?
Yeah. And look like, and I got nothing against this, man. I want him to succeed.
I do too.
We all do. We all do, Terry. We all do. Yeah, but how many more years are we going to go to say, well, we want Dez to succeed? Is it going to be what, year 6, year 7, year 8, year 9? I mean, how much longer can we keep saying this? This is 4 years of a sample size.
Like, it's disgusting, man. It's not going to get better. Everything's going to get worse. I mean, like, even if he goes have another losing season next year without going to a bowl game, he's probably still here for another year. I mean, I'm going to be honest with y'all, and this is just me, and I'm a diehard. I said this in the stream. I'm not giving another dime to this program until Mike Desormeaux or Brian Maggard makes an administrative decision, or we go to the CFP. Whatever comes first. I'm not giving another dime. Like, it's already hard enough out here. You got a family, taking kids to trips, vacations, Christmases, right? I gave to the whole Giving Tuesday thing, and I wasn't going to, but I gave to the whole Giving Tuesday. Hey, I'm gonna contribute. I'll give you a little here and there. I'm done giving money to this team, to this program, to that lit administration. If basketball sucks, Diamond Sports sucks, football, which is the bus driver of the whole university, sucks. I'm done. Because you clearly don't know what to do with it, and you don't care about me as a fan, and you're going to call me out and say that I'm negative? Of course I'm negative. I played for this team. I know exactly what needs to happen. I've lived it. I was there in those locker rooms. I was there in those weight rooms. I was there at those fundraisers, at those pep rallies, building up in the HUD era. And yeah, was it a small sample size? It was 4 years. It was like 3 years of my life, really. 3 years, my sophomore and senior year. But I was there. I know what needs to happen. And you in that administrative building, you refuse to do it. You're freaking cowards. I despise everything that you have done to this program, which I love and I have sacrificed for. I sacrificed for this school, blood, sweat, and tears, and I get paid a dime. I didn't have NIL. I just did it for the love of it. And you're going to sit there and call me a negative fan. You got me messed all the way up. You're going to call me negative and saying, oh, I'm negative because I want a mascot. A mascot got featured on the damn Instagram page. 68 Ventures care more about our mascot than what Eric Moron or whatever the hell his name is.
You got that right.
And me and my dad talked about that. My dad, he told me, it's like, so this dude is saying this mascot's never going to be ever a part of UL, and you're going to be here forever? No, he ain't going to be here forever. He's here to collect a check. He's going to go to bum hell nowhere. So don't ever tell me about how I'm going to be a fan, how to support this team.
That's
I'll tell you what.
That's what I said.
My wallet because y'all can't make no damn decision.
This guy comes out and says that he's speaking on behalf of UL. Like, I know it's part of his job or whatever, but Eric Moran that idiot doesn't speak for us. He doesn't speak for this university, this community. He doesn't know anything. What you got, Jerry?
I don't know. Hey,
I just sent y'all a text, guys. I want y'all to check your phones and read this.
Hey, Ted, we got to move on real quick. Hang on there, mute yourself. But we got to get on to a couple different things. And Josh, you need to just get off and come back on because there's something wrong with your feed. There was a question here about Troy Wingirter and questioning. He's the constant. Hold on, let me go back up here because it was something questioning Wingirter about him being around. Here it is. Serious question. Is Troy Wingirter part of the program being so stagnant? Absolutely not. Troy Wingirter has nothing to do with the calls on the field. He has nothing to do with recruiting. He has nothing to do with any of that crap. Troy Wingirter makes it easy for the head coach to get things like planning for travel. He's a Bab. Okay, think of Anthony Babineau of baseball. That is Troy Wingirter. He gets everything in order in the easiest way, shape, and form for people to do their jobs in football. And he does a damn good job at it. Troy Wingirter ain't the problem, bro. I want Troy Wingirter. In fact, he is a benefit because he's been here through so many different coaches. He's the constant that we need at that position to continue some sort of continuity through all of the coaching changes. Troy ain't the problem. Troy, again, he has nothing to do with the decisions that are being made on the field, the personnel decisions. Troy is there to make the head coach's life easy, to plan the travel, to make sure guys have their per diem. There's so much stuff behind the scenes that you don't know about. Troy handles all of that and makes it so easy for everybody else to do their job. So, no, Troy Wingirter is not the problem. I just wanted to clear that up because, I'll be honest with you. If he's the problem, I'll tell you. Troy ain't the problem. Sorry, Josh. I went on that.
I'm not sure I understand what the issue was.
It was part of the program being so stagnant. The answer is no. I guess because he's been here through so many regimes.
I was talking about the message that Jerry sent about Susan.
Oh, I didn't see.
Oh, I thought that was connected. That's why it was confusing.
You're much clearer now, by the way. I don't even know what this means. Who is this? I don't even know who this person is.
I guess the vibe I'm getting is it's like when they talk about truths and it's almost like I feel like it's being aimed at like us for being critical right now.
I don't care, Jerry.
I'm just saying. I was kind of like,
I don't
now,
think
who
that
needs to be held. We should be critical of this shit that we're paying money for.
I don't think that that's what she was talking about. Hey, I got Al in the space.
What's up,
Hang
Al?
on a second. Let me get him in. Hang on. Hey, Al, you're on, dude. If you want to take the mic, it's all yours.
What's going on, y'all?
What's up, man?
What's up, bud?
Hey, sorry, I can't really say too much on the game. I was a bit busy in the stadium,
Yeah, we
but
saw
Being
that.
on national television, by the way.
yeah, how was that? I mean, I couldn't watch it, so how was that?
Pretty
Well,
cool.
it made quite the impression. You made the social accounts for the Venture Bowl, all the official accounts, or the official Twitter account, tweeted out a picture of you and the Delaware mascot, and we saw that. So we were thrilled. Obviously, we know Eric Moran is also probably thrilled, and the rest of the administration. So, I mean, it was a win. In that regard, it was a win tonight.
Yeah. I really, really wish that we could have took home the W. I could speak a lot on how disappointing it is to have another 6-7 season, but as the guy, the takeaway from me for this season obviously is Albino's success. Tonight was awesome. I just wanted to come on here to say again, not everyone's be in that stadium and just see how well received he is and how needed he is. But it was just an awesome night. Truly on the mascot end, so many pictures, tons and tons of pictures from both sides of fans, Delaware and even more South Alabama. People in Mobile just pull up to the game just because it's the thing to do in town. There's nothing else going on in town.
Yeah, something to do.
Yeah, it's something to do. So people, Alabama Crimson Tide fans taking pictures with Al. And yeah, that moment when the Delaware Blue Hen hopped up in the stands, and we sparred and did a dance off, and you guys probably didn't even see all that, the people on TV, but people.
But you see,
did. It was just an awesome night.
But you see that Corey. Corey, that's the point. Like, that's the point of a mascot. Why we've been preaching about it. That's why you've been putting all this effort. And somehow our university doesn't understand that. They don't understand that it attracts fans. They don't understand that kids want to become part of whatever you're doing. They don't understand that brings in revenue because of the kids and the fans. And on top of that, the 68 Ventures Bowl, I mean, I felt like they've adopted you. It's funny how they let you into their stadium, by the way. But yet you can't even go into our own stadium.
Well, I've been told.
I mean, it's crazy.
I've been told he can go into our stadium. I'm not convinced of that, but I've been told he can. But here's again, Corey, like when you see it in person, okay, it's like this is what people are getting bent out of shape on. Like, this is amazing. This is awesome. But this is it. Like, pictures don't do it justice. In person, you look at it and be like, this is what people are bitching about. Crazy.
Yeah. I mean, the harmlessness of it is part of the charm. It's what makes it so approachable to kids, even if they don't know Albino as a character, they do know Gators, and they like Gators, therefore they like Al, and there's the chain, right? And I see our interim president going out publicly of like, we need to find different ways of revenue. I don't know if that's actually how he sounds, but in my head, we need to find different ways of revenue. And, this pitch, it's not just the character, it's, all these other things. But I'm not really focused on pitching to you all right now. I'm focused on, just winning people over in that stadium and, people all about, and, really appreciate you guys' support in this venture, because we're winning. We are winning.
Absolutely.
And that's why they hate,
despite
Corey. They
what
hate
any
that we're
Facebook
winning.
comment says. We're winning.
Yeah.
What we have learned on, I never was a big social media person, but since we started doing Rage and Review, I got way more into the social media stuff. And man, you just for all the good that it can do, the absolute dregs of society populate these stupid ass platforms. And it really is so retarded. Like some of the shit that they say, it's the stupidity of it all.
We don't want to change to the Gators. We're the Raging Cajuns. Like, nobody's saying that. Like, they don't even read what's happening. It's ignorance.
And the ones that are screaming, the loudest about it probably don't even go to the game. They're probably not even there.
Fans
the reception, because Corey, every time I see you at the game, in the albino costume, I see a positive reception. I see people running up to you or taking picture with albino, or kids taking pictures with Al. My daughter loved taking picture with Al. When we walked into the stadium all the way to our seats, all she said, "Where's the alligator? Where's the alligator?" So, God forbid we have something that attracts people into our venues.
No, you've taken the right approach, and I applaud you, man. You've been a lot more patient than I ever could have been. Yeah, you've done it the right way for sure.
Yeah, I definitely appreciate that. I think my parting thought is like, no, I have never been the problem, but now I'm definitely not the problem, right? I'm an alum. I'm a fan. I'm dedicated to my university. I'm just trying to get people to enjoy the games. And I drove 4 hours to Mobile, Alabama, to be here. I was in the suit for 4 hours as well, too, sweating a lot. The dedication is real, right? So if I can show up to these games, no one who's not showing to these games can't tell me anything about what to do with my fandom.
That's it.
And I include Eric.
I love it, bro.
You've won the hearts and minds, dude. You've won the hearts and minds. Just keep doing
Question.
Look, people will figure it out sooner or later. This is something we need to do.
Question. Will you be at the Teague this season for baseball?
We'll see.
All right.
We'll see.
We hope to see Al in the spring.
Yeah. But great night for Al. Terrible night on the field, but really appreciate you guys.
Thanks, dude. We appreciate you checking in as well.
Hey, by the way, let's talk about that. Let's talk about that clown, Josh. That's talking about, did this loss help you get closer to Bubba's Cup? Literally nobody in the world cares about this freaking Bubba's Cup. But hey, let me. Here you go. Can you show them your Bubba Cup real quick? There you go. That's the Bubba Cup. That literally means more to us. They don't.
You can come pick it up from Judice, Louisiana, because I care about this cup as much as I care about Texas fucking State. Get the fuck out of here, you West Texas pieces of dog shit. Dude, hey, you see this? That's about the size of y'all asshole, how we've been beating y'all the last couple years. Get the fuck out of this conference. You pieces of dog shit. See you later. And Colton
I see Lane writing down the time so he can edit.
That's fine. Hey, Colton McWilliams, I'm already in a little Twitter battle. You want to talk shit from outside the club? You can't even get in. You have never sniffed a Sun Belt Conference championship. And you have the audacity to talk shit about UL losing a bowl game. Dude, all you ever done has gone 6-6 and get your brakes beat off by the Raging Cajuns. Get the fuck out of here. See ya.
Served him up. Boxed him up.
Oh, this is so easy. 13-0. Oh, but ULL, yeah, that really offends us. Ooh. Okay.
ULL 13, Texas State 0.
Okay. Have fun in the Pac State.
Hey, you're going to respect me when I pull your hair. You better call me daddy.
They're about to get their brakes beat off of the likes of San Diego State and
Boise.
It's going to be a disaster.
State. Oh, my God. They can't even beat like Georgia State. Good luck, boys. Have fun. I'm so glad they're at this conference. Actually, I'm
Never
not.
really
It
made
was an
sense,
easy win
honestly.
every year, right?
That was a free win, man. We lost our free win.
It really was
Yeah.
a fit. Yeah.
How funny was that their beat writer was like, you're going to put respect on our name. And I'm like, well, how many championships did you win? And he's like, well, in the last 5 years, we won 14, you won 12. And I look back and it's like women's golf, women's tennis, not
ping pong.
Anything against the women, but like you have like the Sun Belt is good, like known for 4 sports: baseball, softball, basketball, and football. They have dominated in none of them, but we're proud of our volleyball, women's tennis, women's golf. Oh, awesome. Good job.
Hey, Nick. Bam's leaving, baby. He wants to tell y'all bye.
See you, baby. Hey.
Later, boys.
All right, Bam.
Love Lenny.
See you,
Tell him
dude.
love
Hey,
Lenny.
look,
Rest in
hopefully
peace.
next year we can go 7-6 instead of 6-7.
Hey.
See what happens.
Hey.
Love you
Rest
guys.
in peace, Lenny.
Keep doing
Love
what y'all
you, baby.
doing. Shout out to all you guys. Josh, Jerry, Nick, Lane in the background. Keep doing what y'all doing. My boy Cole right here. Love y'all. Hopefully
You the
see
man,
y'all for
dude.
baseball.
Absolutely. Thanks, Bam.
You have a good night. What a diehard. You want to talk about diehards? You want to talk about
Well, if
diehards?
you're up at 12 o'clock with us Couillons on a Wednesday night, you qualify as diehard.
And we have more viewers than we're at the game. So
Well, that happens more often than I'd like to say.
this is
titty.
true.
Oh boy.
My wife might
This
my
whole
wife might whip
season.
my ass more than Delaware's defense whipped our ass.
So
I'm just
Yeah,
gonna say.
100%.
So but what makes it so shitty is that we're like, okay, football sucks. Basketball, yeah. Q. We're there with that.
Worse. Even
So
worse.
now we're like, oh, baseball. And Kendall Rogers just came out with his preview. Guys, I'm gonna so shit on Kendall when we have him on because I want to ask him like, how fucking wrong were you about last year? Like, why should I believe you about this year? Right? So, I don't
No, we had
know.
Phil Steele saying we could have been a playoff contender. Kendall's talking about how great we're going to be a regional team. It's like, man, can y'all just tell us we're going to suck and maybe the
Yeah,
reverse will
what's even
happen?
funnier is
Tell us how bad we're going to
if
be and
you
then the
don't remember,
reverse.
Phil Steele said something about Texas State, and I'm like, you said that again this year. They have never lived up to expectations. What makes you think they'll do it this year? Guess what? They didn't.
Well, guys like
Shocker,
Phil, and
because
I said
they're
it,
the kings of mid.
I said it in the monologue. Guys like Steele expected Walker Howard to be more than what Walker Howard was. We expected Walker to step on and be this 4-star, 5-star presence that he was preached to us, as being. And as good as he was at STM, he's falling off a cliff. I mean, we can call it what it is. And Josh, you said it perfectly. When he's in the game, it doesn't feel coordinated. It feels very lethargic. It doesn't feel on time. Nothing feels right when Walker is in the game. If Lunch never takes snaps for this football program, I don't know if we eclipse 4 wins this season. I don't.
It was bleak.
We're celebrating how we made 7 bowl games in a row.
But that's the bottom line. Y'all keep talking about how, preseason, Phil Steele we were the West champions. Well, yeah, because we figured Walker Howard would get us to 10 wins just like Ben Wooldridge did. And we already talked about how great Ben Wooldridge is in this program and how unsung he was. And we're going to say that probably forever to the end of time.
But here's the deal. It's not just about football. It's about every freaking sport. Every sport. We're told, oh, football's going to be great. Nope. Okay, softball, we got that. We got Coach Allie. I get it. She went through a lot, so I'm going to give her a pass. We're not going to talk about that. Baseball, man, you guys are challenging for a World Series title. Well, nope. Not even close. Basketball, we got Q. This is it. Nope.
Well, Nick, I told you on the
so
Wednesday show.
tired. I'm tired.
We're all, I mean, well, it is midnight, but I told you on last Wednesday show, you're tens of millions of dollars in the hole. And if you were tens of millions of dollars in the hole and running successful athletic programs, there'd be a lot more support for what's going on, right? Like, let's say we were a CFP contender. Let's say we were, a regional finalist in baseball and we were a host in softball. Like, people would be a lot more understanding. You know what? We're 20, 30, 40 million dollars in the hole athletically, but you're producing on the athletic front. This was one of the worst athletic years in the school's history. Like recent. I mean, I'm not stupid. I mean, I know we had a lot of very terrible football seasons. I'm not dumb. But to say you overspent by 30, 40 million and you didn't make the postseason in any of your major sports, and you're pretty much, we're going to give Q a pass because it's his first year. We're going to give Allie a pass because it was her first year. But we're, 1-9, 1-10 in basketball? Allie missed the playoffs for the first time in over 30 years in the softball's history. Like, at some point, you got to give the diehard fans, because here's the thing about diehard fans. Diehard fans of a university are diehard across all sports. All sports, right? So, like, I love softball like I love football. I love baseball like I love basketball. Like, I'm a diehard for the University of Louisiana, right? But the casuals are not going to tune in to watch a subpar product. And I've said this so many times over the last couple months. It's not even worth me picking up my clicker to put it on ESPN Plus and watch us get beat by a Tulane or a fucking Jackson State in basketball. And I'm sorry if I'm using basketball, but that's the most recent example. You can't spend $40 million and give me shit across all sports. That's the bottom line. If that's what you're going to give me, yeah, you need to flush the toilet and give me a whole new admin. I'm sorry. Bye.
That's what happened. That's what happened. That's exactly what happened. We went into debt, and we've had the worst athletic year we've had in years.
And
hey, Nick Ryan wanted to hop back on for a second.
No, go ahead. I'm just playing music because it's midnight, and I have to play Midnight Special. So
got it. Hey, Ryan, if you're in here still, there you go.
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm just drinking beer and listening to y'all.
All good. Go ahead.
Have a couple thoughts. How do we spend? I know y'all said 40 million, but aren't we like 50 million in debt now?
But that's on athletics and academics. In just athletics, we broke down the cost, and we were 26. I think it was 26 and some change million under what we made. No, I said that wrong. The total budget that was spent on athletics was 40 point some odd million. In revenue, we created 11.2 million. Now you got to throw in some extras with like the way scholarships are paid out, and there's some auxiliaries that weren't totally just for athletics or whatever. The point is that athletics literally racked up $25 million in debt. Debt, right. Not spending, freaking debt.
Right. Okay, so I know you're a businessman. I know that if let's just call it $100. If you throw out $100, whether you want to be in the black or the red, like what do you? What's your return on investment on $100? Like what do you expect? Like percentage wise?
On a bad investment, I'm hoping to at least get 25%.
Oh,
okay.
I'm thinking
On a
8
bad
to 10
investment,
because I'm looking at it from a stock market. I want 8% year-over-year growth. We're good. So even worst case scenario, I want 8% growth.
But even if you take a loss, if you could compound that loss with some kind of, like, you back it up with some good promotion or whatever, you think that something else good is going to come out of that. You might be able to take that loss, right? What good is spending $40 million? Like what good came out of spending $40 million? Because the Ragin' Cajun brand that we knew and that we loved and that was so popular, it's not producing the return. So whose fault is that?
It's all of them. As far as I'm concerned, if you're in that regime that saw the last 4 budgets and the audits, and you said, yep, we're doing just fine. If you had any part to play, and I'm talking about athletics, I'm talking about academics, I'm talking about anybody who controlled the money, the president, it's your fault. And you shouldn't be here. We should be hitting the reset button.
But right now, I'm going to give you a good example. So we played a couple teams over the last couple years that we've never played before. I asked their representative, I did some like quick takes and the guy from Delaware, like, hey, what do you know about Louisiana? About the not the state, the program. They struggled to tell me what they thought about us. Now, 4 years ago, when we were in the CFP conversation, I bet you they would have had an idea of who we were. They have no clue who we are. The most unique brand, or one of the most unique brands in all of college football, and we do shit with it. We do nothing. We send out a couple tweets. We make a video. We never use it again. And then we say, you're wrong for not loving the fact that we're 6-7 every year.
Well, I go back to this. You know, you want to talk about like the message board crap, and everybody always talks about USLing this crap, right? Like we USL this, we've USL this with the tickets and this with the family. USL. Well, I go back to whenever we played Tennessee in the NCAA tournament in 2000, not 2 years ago. I'm talking about whenever Jesse Evans was here.
When we got
and
screwed,
it was whenever,
yes.
Whenever we got screwed, Brett Smith got called for a bullshit phantom foul call. If you watch Jesse Evans I don't know if it was the halftime interview or the pregame interview, he's sitting there talking to the guy at center court, whatever. I don't know if it was not Vern Lundquist or whatever, Billy Packer, whoever it was. And he goes, "We are the University of Louisiana." And that was whenever we first changed the name, right? Like, we are the University of Louisiana. Like, he was the first official ambassador of trying to get across what we've been fighting for the longest time. And we put on a good fight. We ended up getting screwed. We lost the game. But after that, it was like, we've been like Louisiana's Raging Cajuns since we were USO. I remember we had it on the basketball court. Whenever they would come onto the court, whenever I was a ball boy, I think it was Hans that was the announcer. He'd be like, "Welcome to the court, Louisiana's Raging Cajuns." That was before we did the UL stuff. And everybody always says, "Man, we sure do USL shit all the time." But I don't think it's a USL problem. It's USL that has transformed into a ULL problem. It's like everything now it's all considered ULL. We have ULL this shit for the past however many years. And it's time, whether it's the president, whether it's the head football coach, whether it's the AD, shit needs to change.
We accelerated it in the last few years because we had these runs of some success, like real quick flashes in the pan, 2014, 2019, 2021. We didn't do anything with it, so we tried to accelerate like how much we were going to charge the fans, how much we're going to change parking, how much we're going to change tailgating, where we're going to move the students in the damn football stadium. They moved the students in the Cajun Dome. We did all these major changes, and we did it so fast, nobody could keep up. And then another thing I want to say about your point, which is a good one, imagine if a bunch of coonasses went up to Delaware and were in charge of fundraising and selling their school's brand. We wouldn't know. I don't care how educated we are. We would not know how to connect on a molecular level to the people who are from Delaware, who have a certain accent or who know this guy and this family, whatever. You guys have to completely, like, too many of our fans forget that we are totally controlled by the Midwest Mafia. I keep saying that. I hope it sticks. There's a bunch of people from the Midwest that all spent time at these big schools with big budgets and fan bases and alumni donor bases. And they came down to this little bitty school that put on airs like, yeah, we're making big strides and we have all our shit together and we want to be like a SEC type team. But we never took the time to invest in the intangibles. So now they had to come in and invest in the intangibles and they don't know what the hell they're doing. I'm sorry, maybe Brian Macker could go to like a Kansas State and be very successful. Maybe he can. But he cannot run a $25 million budget. And he'll tell you that to your face.
I don't want to hear anything that he has to say about running anything that has nothing to do with an SEC, a Big 12, or an ACC school, because he doesn't know. He wants to talk about it.
That's right.
Wants to talk about engaging students. He's never had to engage students before. Well, you know what? You actually have to sell students in the fucking Sun Belt. This is not a Power 4 conference. You have to do shit differently. And he doesn't. So,
even without conference affiliation, we're a very unique area to sell to. And it's like nobody prepared him for that when he got here.
But Rhino, when we even tell him, hey, look at what App State is doing, we reached out to them. We said, hey, this is their student thing. This is why they come back. This is why they get. Nope. No response.
And that's not just a Maggard thing. That's not just a Maggard thing. I don't want to throw it all on him. His support staff is totally incompetent.
Well, it's narcissistic all the way around.
Yes.
We don't have to do that because we're the Raging Cajuns. Well, you know what? The Raging Cajun brand that we try to build up doesn't hold as much weight as you think it does.
Well, it's in the toilet right now.
It's all the way down the shitter.
Can't beat a Coosa team in a bowl game that got no people to it. Can't wait to see what the TV ratings are. Probably bad.
But check this out. We fucking got on our knees, and I don't want to say what we did, but we got La Tech into the fucking conference, and then now that they're in the conference, we're in the worst financial dire straits as far as an athletic department as we've been in so long. True. And they're gonna flush us all the way down the shitter. They're gonna send us all the way down to Ambassador Caffrey fucking shitter, right next to the Vermilion River. They're gonna flush us all the way down. We're coming out the Intercoastal Canal down to the fucking Gulf of America. And you know whose fault that is?
Ours.
Our administration.
That's right. And we all know it.
8 bowl games, Rhino.
I don't give a fuck about 8 bowl games, Nick. I would smoke 8 bowls of marijuana and have a good time before I go to 8 more bowl games.
By the way, this show's brought to you by the Best Stop and Gulf Coast Bank. I love you.
That's a Louisiana. That's a Louisiana Tech fan, by the way.
But that's the thing. I'm not even a smoker. I'm not a smoker. That's the thing. I'd rather drink 2 cases of beer.
Purchase from the Best Stop.
Best
And
Stop.
we're gonna get punked again by
Cracklins.
I'm just tired, man. I'm tired. I'm not tired because it's after midnight. I'm tired of. Anybody else tired of being a fucking fan and trying to justify why I'm giving money to these people to continue lying to my face?
I gotta say this.
And tell me, I'm tired.
I got a ton of respect for like a lot of y'all because y'all know that I've been a diehard fan for way too long, and I have like reached my wits end with all this bullshit, like the NIL and the transfer portal and the coaches leaving, and I am so over it. So the fact that we still get people that care to come and watch this team play and stay up with us late and care to talk about the team, I'm actually kind of impressed that we keep coming back for more punishment. I really, I'm not trying to be making a joke here. I really am kind of impressed that we still have the amount of people that we have around because they've done everything that they possibly can to get us away, to shut us up, to say, you know what, we really don't need you. If you can't give me $10,000 a year in donations, we really don't have much use for you. The fact that we still have hangers on that want to stay around and participate is kind of amazing, actually.
Josh,
Josh, I
go ahead, RC.
I'm sorry, Nick. Well, no, I was going to say, for somebody that's been around this program, I was in the freaking womb in Blackham Coliseum. My dad was a basketball player here. I literally bled vermilion and white before I even knew what was going on. And for somebody to tell me that it doesn't matter what they do, it doesn't matter what we say, it doesn't matter whatever anybody thinks, there's always going to be something that somebody has to say that it's always going to be turned back on the fans for some reason. Well,
always has been.
I've been here for 42 years. I'll be here for, Lord willing, another 42 years. And the amount of money that I've spent, I feel like I personally could say whatever the fuck I want to say because I'm fully invested in this program. My family's invested in this program. And I feel like if they have a problem with that, then that's their own fucking problem. They should figure out why.
They're never going to call you out on it. They're too pussy.
Well, they
pussy.
If
you
they
sign
do,
the check. Just sign. Keep signing the check, big boy. That's all they give a fuck about. Listen, bottom line,
Well,
Cajuns are the strongest willed people. RC, I know you on a personal fucking level, dog. You live right down the road. Cajuns are the strongest willed people in the country. All we want to do is have a good time and win. We are very passionate about the shit that we love. And Josh, I'm going to challenge you on this. Earlier in the show, literally maybe 20 minutes ago, you said it would be very hard for a Cajun to go to Delaware and to sell the program. No, it wouldn't. You want to know why? Because Cajuns are personable people. Like, I would go out and study the town and talk to people and gather intel before I do fucking anything. But the people in charge, to your credit, the Midwest Mafia, they don't give a fuck about talking to the casual fan. They don't give a fuck about talking to the citizens of Lafayette. They don't care about us. Sign my check. Let me go home to my River Ranch house, and I'm going to live up there in the condo until I get fired. I'm going to spend 30 to 40 million fucking dollars until I bury this program and you fire me. It's really not going to be getting fired because I'm still going to make $500,000 fucking dollars, and then I'm going to be asked to resign. Get out of here.
You gave yourself a raise and a new title. But wait.
So guess what? Bottom line, no. I want to finish my point. Bottom line, we are the most passionate people in the world. We will give and give and give. We will give the shirts off our back. We will give money that we don't fucking have because all we want is for the things that we love to produce, whether it's our families, whether it's our churches, whether it's our sports teams, whether it's our university, which, by the way, has our culture as the mascot. Ragin' Cajuns, by the way, is not just a fucking mascot. It is our culture. We are the Cajuns from Acadia. Study the fucking history. Like, that's why we care about shit, because our name is on the fucking university. Like, if you cared as much as I care, we would be fucking 12-0. We would. And that's why RC gives money across all sports. That's why I have season tickets across all sports. That's why, Josh, you have had apathy since before the fucking 2015s, and you're still tuned in. We just want a winner, and we're tired of being sold a fucking pipe dream. It doesn't, well, you know, but bottom line, RC, I didn't want to tag you out, but bottom line, Ragin' Cajun, the brand is the brand, but we just want a winner. We want to support a winner. We want to give money to a fucking winner.
Look, before you go, Jerry, I would know we were being weird there, but I was shit on. I was called out publicly by the radio guy because I was criticizing 10,000 people in our stadium. And do you know what the answer was? Not, oh, this is what we're going to do to increase attendance. The question was, well, do you buy season tickets? So you know what I did this year? I bought season tickets for football. And I was asked for $500. Paid it. Oh, by the way, got another call. Oh, yeah, you need to pay another $400 for okay, paid another $400. Got a call. Oh, I got to buy basketball. Okay, bought basketball tickets. What did that get me? I could have spent that money on a lot more fun shit. Trust me, I'm a kid at heart. I could go buy an RC car and go race that shit down the street for like 2 years and be happy with it. But I decided to give it to the university because I was bullied into giving it, because I was told I cannot have an opinion unless I have tickets to criticize the attendance. Where did that get us? The product sucks.
240 people. 240.
The product sucks. And I'm told, oh, but just shut up and give your money and don't say anything. It's none of your business is what I'm told. What I'm asking, the question I'm asking, none of your business. Could you imagine in my world of finance, if a stockholder in a company goes to the annual meeting and asks a question and the CEO said that's none of your business, he'd be fired the next day. But I'm told by the people who are supposedly leading the university, none of your business. You don't question shit. You give us money and you be happy about it. So I fell for it. I bought the tickets. And my return on investment is nothing. It's a 6 and 7 season for the third time in 4 years, but I'm supposed to be happy about it. I'm tired. That's what I'm saying. I'm tired. I'm tired about, well, give your money. Okay, I did. Now what? I could spend that on so many more fun ways. And then they're going to come in 2 months and say, oh, renew your tickets now. We need your money. Good luck with that, bro. I'm done. I'm out. I'm tapping out.
Nick,
until you give me a product I want to pay for, I'm done.
Let me wrap up callers because my phone's getting ready to die here. RC, 10 seconds to cap it off, and I got to go to Terry because I promised him last word.
10 seconds.
Give me your best shit in 10 seconds.
I guess it was a fun season. I would say I'm looking forward to basketball season, but no, I'm not really looking forward to baseball or softball season either. So I'm just looking forward to the beach in the summer so I could go drink more beers because that's my happy place. Fuck everything else.
And scene. Nice. Thanks for checking in, dude. All right, Terry, I'm back. I'm making the rounds back to you. I had a bunch of people in here, but they fell off. So go ahead.
Yeah, bro. The last thing I'll say is, Lunch and Caden and Xylon, Bill, all the good players, man. If you're here next year, I'm happy. If you're not, I understand because we can't. I don't understand how Dez keeps recruiting these good players to play for him, but convincing them to stay, it's, I don't know. You're like holding a gun to their head at this point to tell them that there's going to be a change. And that's just me being honest. And I want them to play I'd much rather them play for us, but if they have a better deal somewhere else, I'm happy if they go because clearly our coaching staff and administration haven't proved that we can build a winner. So please stay. If not, good luck to you somewhere else. God bless you. Thank you for playing the bowl game. If that was in your thought, yes. I mean, because a lot of people opt out of bowl games. Thank you for playing the bowl game because some guys just don't care to either put them out or finish what they started.
I think that said a lot about the team as a whole, honestly. The fact that they played for each other and they stuck around to see it through with the exception of one guy. But that was encouraging, actually. I'm glad you said that. Yeah.
That and, next year, bro, if we don't go 1-3, if we don't go better than 1-3 in a non-con with what we have, just like we had going in this schedule, we have Charlotte, UAB, USC, and Lamar. I was gonna probably go to that USC game because I'm stationed here in California, but I'm moving to the East Coast.
Oh, you're a terrible fan for moving. You're a terrible fan. How dare you?
I know. Hey, Jay, if you're listening to this, feel free to castrate me or whatever, or chastise me or whatever you want to do for, having.
Hey, you know what though, Terry, you can make up for it. You can make up for it since you're moving to the East Coast. Charlotte is by the East Coast, so you can go to the Charlotte game instead.
Yeah, it's like a 13. I looked it up. It's a 13-hour drive from where I'll be at. So I don't know.
Hey, get on a plane. Lot shorter. Lot shorter.
If we don't go better than 1-3 in the non-con next year, and we haven't already made an administrative decision or coaching changes or any type of decisions in that staff at that point, if we haven't done anything this offseason, I don't know what we're doing. You have the makings of a strength of schedule of being so good next year if you return an inkling of talent on this team next year. And if you don't go better than 3-1, what are you doing here? I don't go back to coach in high school. That's all I gotta say. God bless. Love the Cajuns. That's all I gotta say.
For sure. Thanks, Terry. And look, I'm gonna just say, by the time we play football next year, this administration, this athletic department, probably the people in it, it's gonna look completely different than it does today.
Will it?
That's a guarantee.
I don't know. Will it? We'll see. We'll see.
Before you go, I just want to say, all of us, especially me, talking about tired of giving to losing programs. We got to send a shout out to Gulf Coast Bank. They support us in so many ways, especially on the pregame shows, tailgate shows we've been doing all season. But you've heard of these apps that do the roundup thing where you can round it up and put it in your savings. Gulf Coast Bank has that called Pocket Change program. I can't even talk because I've been drinking too much, but The Gulf Coast Bank savings account lets you round up your dollars. So if you have a, $13.52 purchase, it rounds up to $14, puts it in a savings account for you, or you can choose a nonprofit of your choice. They're currently working on different ways that you can contribute to that in different charities and foundations. I'm not going to confirm or deny whether or not the RCF is part of that yet, but I will say, if you're looking to build up your savings, easy way to do that, instead of going to some app and getting charged, you can do it through Gulf Coast Bank. Check them out. You can find it at Gulf Coast Bank. It's gcbank.com/pocket-change, and get some information on doing that, because that's an easy way, again, to save your money, not be charged for it, and build it up as you go. Might have to do that, Josh.
I just downloaded mine.
I was about to say,
it really works. It's super easy. You start saving $25 a week, you're not even paying attention to it. So I'm glad you got that in, because I wanted to talk about that. But look, I mean, I know y'all are probably getting Jerry, did you have a thing? I was just gonna say, I know it's kind of getting late. Maybe give some roundabout thoughts. I know we're gonna come back and do an autopsy on the season, but I'm not really, like, who's surprised by how this ended?
No.
Who's surprised by how it ended? It almost played out identically to how we talked about it. Now, I thought there'd be more points scored. I will say that. I was on the over. But it really did kind of come down exactly kind of like we thought. Mistakes were our undoing. The big surprise to me was the back end of the defense. Outside of that, I mean, we were who we were.
I'm with Nick. It's hard. RC made a comment about how he was in the womb whenever he's a Cajuns fan. Look, I'm the same way. When I was born, I know some of the football coaching staff made a joke with my dad to offer me a scholarship, back in '89, which is crazy. But I know. The only thing for it is I just find it ironic that we're in the predicament that we're in, and everything that we all ranted about. We're in the predicament that we're in because people who are supposed to be sort of the Pied Piper, bringing in the money and doing things to get fan engagement up, never assimilated to this community. Not one time. I mean, Cole, like you said, being Cajuns, it's easy to assimilate here. It's easy to make this place your home and get to know people, because people here are very personable. It's the same thing, like you said, if we go to Delaware, we would assimilate. We would get to know those people and get to know their customs and how they talk and how they communicate. And yet
we would try.
Yeah.
We would try.
We would try. I mean, that's, if you want to be successful, you have to assimilate. But yeah, about the game tonight, am I surprised? Yes and no. I expected better. I expected our offense not to score 13 points against a struggling defense. But to kind of wrap this thing up as a whole, 3 out of 4 years having a losing season is just not. If the CFP is our goal, we have a long way to go. And part of making the CFP is bringing in money. Now with NIL, you need money. You want to sell tickets, you got to, if you want to make money, you got to sell tickets, you got to get people to give money. I'm just going to let y'all know right now, I don't know where we'll be in the next 6 to 12 months, but I'll ask everybody this, and you guys can understand it. We've been through hell and back being Cajuns fans. All right. We've seen the worst, Nick, you remember the North Alabama game in '97, but I will say, I guess if we've hung on this long, I think we can all hang on just a little bit longer. I think we hang on just a little bit longer. I don't think we're going anywhere. Nick, you're laughing because you're just like, where are you going to go, right?
Because I'm tired, Jerry. I'm so tired.
I know.
Doing this every year after year.
I know, but I'm gonna hang. Look, we've been here long enough. All I ask is we just hang on just a little bit longer and see where it goes. Then come next year, you can say, you know what? Maybe this isn't for me.
Cole, you go.
I won't be long. My wife is very unhappy that I'm still up at to 12:30 in the morning.
Tell her I love her like a biscuit. She's my
Oh
favorite
no, she
person.
loves all of y'all. She just is not happy with me right now.
Tell the last game of the year. We're good.
There's going to be a lot of things that get clipped tonight. Probably get shared around the admin. But the bottom line I want to reiterate is that all we want to do is win, right? Like, we just want to win. We just want a winner. We want to support a winner. And we're doing a lot of losing things. We have a lot of loser mentalities in this program. And we're going to call that out every time because all we want is a winner. Now, as far as on the field football, yeah, bottom line, you lost the last, losing seasons the last 3 or 4 years. I don't care how many bowl games you go to because at the end of the day, you went to 8 and you lost 5. So you're not telling me much there. Tell the whole story. I don't know how much money we have to make coaching changes. I'm not here for that. There's going to be a whole off season for that. We just want a winner here, man. It's getting very depressing to have to cover, this kind of stuff. Now, I do want to end on a high note because at the core of me, I am a sunshine pumper. You guys know me. I'm a very positive person. To go from 2-6 to 6-6, although we lost the last game, I do want to, at the end of the day, thank you, seniors. Thank you, upperclassmen. Thank you for trying. Thank you for getting us into a bowl game, making it meaningful. But yeah, guys, that's where I'm going to end. Not a lot of optimism for this athletic program. I hope that baseball surprises us. I know that Allie's going to do some things softball-wise that will surprise us. Coach Q, we're going to give you some time. Please grow this program in the future. But at the end of the day, boys, I know we crush this athletic department over and over, but I do want to reiterate, we do it because we want a winner. We just want a winner. Like, if we were winning games, winning makes things easy. Winning keeps people quiet. But we're not winning, and you're also $40 million in the hole. So we're going to talk about it, and we're rightfully so. We're going to talk about it. Go Cajuns! I love you, boys. First football season with y'all has been great. I'm looking forward to the second half of this athletic season. Like I said, hopefully baseball and softball can carry the torch. But bottom line, love Rage and Review. Love the University of Louisiana. And thank you to the wives. Again.
Josh,
this man knows how to stay out of trouble.
He does. I'll give it to you, and then we'll close it out.
Secrets of a vet in the game. I got mad respect. I know how it goes. No, before this platform existed, there was nobody to speak truth to power or whatever cliche you want to use. They just ignore the community. And I'm going to always use my voice to say, we deserve better as fans. We deserve better as a community who prop up this university. We deserve better as investors and all the other things that we always say, all the reasons and all the different ways that we're involved. We deserve better than this. And not y'all, but the people in charge can pump their propaganda about being in 8 straight bowls and we were bowl eligible again this year, whatever. You cannot continue to feed people that line of crap and expect massive buy-in from the community. I think they know that, but it's easier just to blame the fan or blame the customer, and that's just where we are. So as long as I have this opportunity to talk about that, I think that it actually makes us a better fan base overall. Maybe right now we're going through some transformative changes, and we're kind of getting rid of some of the weak and holding on to some of the strong, and who knows what we're going to look like in 5 years as a fan base. But the fact that we have this outlet only makes our institution better, and it makes our athletics better, makes our community better. So I'm never going to apologize for the things that I come here and say, because I do it with good intent. I don't hate anybody. I don't have any hate in my heart towards people. I just really can't stand incompetence when it's costing money and careers and opportunities and making this university not be the best it can be. So I'm never going to apologize what I say here, and I'm sorry if I offend you, whoever you are in player development or in administration or fundraising. Do the job or get out, and that's it. It's not personal. It's just business with me. I have no ill will towards you as a human being. If you're not competent enough to do the job and do it well, get out. That's it. That's all I'm asking. I am going to end positively. We got a bunch of incredible human beings that strap it up tight every Saturday night in the fall for us. They wear Raging Cajuns on their jerseys. I appreciate that more than you'll ever know. And I know you can't get that in glimpses of post-game shows because a lot of it's raw emotion and we say what we saw. And some of you watched the game with us tonight. So you kind of got a little bit of a inside view of how we watch games and how intense we are. Don't ever take the things that we say in post-game as a slight toward the players. I am way more concerned about the professionals that we pay to do a job than I am about amateur athletics. And I know some of y'all are getting paid now. I'm not even talking about that. I don't really care about that. That's you cashing in on your talent and your gifts and your name, and that's fine with me. We appreciate every snap you take. We appreciate every rep you take in the weight room. We appreciate every day you wake up at 5 o'clock for 2-a-days. I know the amount of work you put in. I appreciate it. Don't ever take it as we are downplaying your efforts. It's not at all what it is. You guys know it's a business. Sometimes we got to break an egg to make an omelet, and we got to do that sometimes by holding our leaders, administrators, coaches, feet to the fire. And that's just kind of the way it is. I know for a fact that we have a big watcher and listener group on the team, and I don't even need to say this to them because they watch enough to know where our heart is. They know where we're coming from, and they know we only want the best for them too, because in a good and prosperous program, they're only going to get great results out of that. So I just want to say thanks to the players again for another season. I want to say thank you for all your effort. Even though we didn't get to where we wanted to get to this season, don't ever think that we don't see the amount of effort that it takes to be a football player at the FBS level. Do it at a high level. Do it in a conference that, maybe was down this year, but in many years has been a good, solid G5 conference. Look, man, we appreciate y'all, and that's a fact. And I know y'all know that if you watch us any amount of time, you know where we're at on that. So that's going to be all for me tonight.
Even the guy who is leaving that didn't participate in a bowl game tonight, thank you. Thank you. Thank you to all the guys. There are some of you that are going to leave. I'm going to be pissed off for a little bit. I'm still pissed off on Zion Chris, but you get over it. You guys have decisions to make, and I'm not privy to why some of you make those decisions, but thank you for being Raging Cajuns, and I just want to echo what Josh said and what Jerry said and what Cole said and what Lane's thinking, because I can read his mind. This is not about you guys. This is about the state of our program and where we think we should be. And those who are in power right now that are listening, I just want to remind you guys, look, we've seen a lot of we already said it. We had a FOIA request. We wanted to see what was happening. We had some reasons to see what's going on behind the scenes, and we learned a lot. But I want to share this clip real quick, because I don't want anybody to lose sight of what we were told. And we're still the same people, regardless. Look, the fact that we lost kind of accelerated our thoughts on where we are. And we talked about this last week after we beat ULM. We're still pissed off. And we aired all it out. If we would have won, it would have been a lighter post game, but we still would address this at some point. But I want to just remind everyone of the comments that were made just a few months ago before any of this happened. And I will go ahead and play that now.
Yeah, no, we do appreciate you guys. It's known that you guys are very passionate about the Cajuns, and candidly, I wish we had 10,000 more people with that passion, right? But I just appreciate you taking the time, and I would just let Cajun Nation know this: we are very excited about the addition of Louisiana Tech. They have a really, really good AD. They have a really, really good president now, and I think it's going to be a fun future for both of us, and look forward to people showing up when the Bulldogs roll into town for any sport.
All right, so I'm not going to go into the Louisiana Tech thing because I think we all have our opinions on that. But the takeaway from that is, wish you had 10,000 more fans like us. Don't forget that. You don't only get those 10,000 fans when things are going well and we're happy. You get those 10,000 fans like us when things are in the shitter like they are now. You don't just get the positives, you get the negatives. Let's not forget that. Boys, it has been a lot of fun tonight, even though it was very disappointing. Want to give thanks to our sponsors for the final time this football season. Of course, we'll keep rolling through basketball, baseball, softball. Gulf Coast Bank sponsoring all of the tailgate shows. Awesome for this season. Lafayette Roofing, the Yard Goat, Yes Please Branding and Marketing, who without them, we could not get a lot of the sponsors we're dealing with tonight. Old Time Grocery, we still got to get Caden to try a freaking shrimp po' boy, but he's stubborn. Stride Safety Solutions, they're responsible for Cajun Threads, who, in my opinion, is the best outlet for Cajun fans on the internet today. Eat Lafayette by Lafayette Travel. How much fun did Jerry have going around eating for free around Lafayette? I could attest it was probably a lot of fun. Rage and Hydration, Dr. Brett Venable, and Recovery Chiromed. And guys, oh, by the way, Planet Radio 106.7. I mean, without them, we couldn't be on the radio, which is absolutely amazing. We never thought we'd be there, but here we are. And of course, gotta send our love to the best stop, Lindy, the owners, Damon and Dana, and all those folks, guys. I can't tell you from a personal standpoint, knowing those folks growing up, being able to finally partner with them and having a meaningful relationship with them through this entire football season and beyond has been an absolute pleasure. I love those guys more than you know. It's more like who said it's more than a game? It's John O'Barnes, excuse me. That's how I feel. It's more than a game. This shit's more than a game. That's a personal thing, and I appreciate them for giving us a chance and trusting us with their marketing. And it has just been an absolute pleasure. And plus, you know what? Getting to some of their platters, not so bad as well. So thanks to all those amazing sponsors that we have supporting us throughout this season and beyond. We look forward to much more. And that's it. I'm tired of being all emotional and getting in my feels. For my boy Lane, who's in the background. In fact, I'm going to add him. He's probably not expecting it. Lane, wave to the camera. You've been a superstar this football season. Jerry, you've always been late, but we still love you. Cole, you're awesome. We would never take you. You got to stay forever. Josh, you are Josh, and that's all I got to say. I am Nicholas. Man about town there. He kept it together tonight, and it was awesome. For all the boys, I am Nicholas. Thank y'all so much. And until next time, regardless of how pissed off we are, as always, go Cajuns.